Like it's got a 100-year warranty. It's handmade. It's made out of 100% stainless steel, and it's TIG welded.
That's sweet.
And it's made by hand.
Yeah.
You can call the dudes that make it down in the office.
You know what I mean? Hi.
Like,
for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, I think it just caught on like wildfire and just kind of went. I don't think we had like the expectation per se. Like we had the vision, but it just like, hey, let's try this. Boom.
Welcome back to the Industry Podcast, everybody. I'm Ryan. You'll know me from LSK. And today, joined by a very special guest, Ryan from Carven Exhaust. So these guys make some badass USA-made stainless systems. Ryan, tell us a little bit about you guys.
Yeah, dude, we're just kind of the new kids on the block as far as like exhaust manufacturers in the industry. We really like try to push the like blue collar feel. Nice. If you will. Like I like trying to bring that vibe back. But yeah, dude, we're just a really fortunate group of dudes that got together under one roof that made a really cool company. Honestly, like that's like the most. Yeah, that's the best way to explain it, dude. Like even to this day, at the current market or spot that we're at, dude, there's still only 10 of us in total. With the whole company.
Isn't that amazing though? But somebody will go on and they're just like, "There's no way. There's only 10 guys there. No way." Yeah, and you're like, "Well, let me show you my 9 different hats I wear on a daily basis."
Dude, yeah. I've asked customers before, like, "Hey, how many employees do you think are at Carvin?" Oh, 30, 40. Sweet. Thank you
good.
for that.
Yeah, that we're doing our job.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's like the easiest way to make it, man. We make really, really high quality systems and we just make them really affordable because we cut out all the middleman stuff. There's no wait time. I mean, as far as like coming overseas or waiting on material or things being made, the only real wait time is due to the fact that we make them by hand and it takes time to do that in the volume that's coming through.
Yeah. And then just to, cycle in here, I don't know if it's going to be easy for everybody to see on camera, but these things are beautiful.
Thank you.
I mean, like, as the cool young kids say, no cap. It is absolutely just stunning craftsmanship on these things. And they sound unreal too. So we got a couple guys in the shop that are running them, not, pre you guys stopping by, and they're just stoked to have them.
Yeah. It's definitely very unique. It's definitely a lot different, I'd say, than the rest of the industry as far as like exhaust go. Now, don't get me wrong, we've been in the market long enough now that, other companies have kind of, picked up on the trail, if you will. But no, that's another like rad component of Carvin is like we are so true to form, dude. Our stuff's patented. Like
sweet.
Okay. You can't just rip it off, right? Yeah. Like we went through all the right trials and tribulations of all that, and it did take some time to get to like this point. You know what I mean? I still have the first iterations of mufflers in my office.
Oh, those are the best when you pull back and you're like, dude, this has been a ride.
You'd never recognize it. It looks way different. Wait, I think the canister at the time was like 6 inches or something like that. We're down to 5 now, or it might have been even bigger than that. But yeah, dude, it's come a long way. But
well, that's awesome. Yeah, and then you guys do a little bit of everything. So obviously, universal stuff, just sweet and run on anything. And then you do a ton of full CapEx systems. Yes. I'm familiar with you guys at least. Mainly off-road, Toyota-wise. So the Lexus, the GX platform, rad. The axle dump kits, sweet. And then obviously Tundra stuff, and then Tacoma stuff too.
Yeah. So that's kind of more like the newer age Carvin. That's just what we grew into. That was something that the owner of the company, so like I'm not the owner, I'm just kind of like I'm the operations manager.
I'm gonna call you the honcho.
Yeah, that's actually what a lot of people call me
that's it.
At work. Yeah, stuff like that. But the owner and I had a conversation 2018, 17 maybe, just about the direction of where we wanted to go, dude, and universal components are cool. Mufflers and tips are cool, but I had a lot bigger aspirations, and so did he. And I think the two of us together kind of saw an opportunity, and we started making some. We didn't jump straight into catback kits. We actually we built our own avenue to get to catback kits. So we started with universal mufflers, and then we actually found in the 4th gen Ram market space The muffler section itself from the factory unbolts.
Really?
Yeah, completely. No cutting.
So like full flange setup or just a V-band or something?
Yeah, we found a weakness. I wouldn't say a weakness, but like we exploited that.
Okay.
Right? So we reverse engineered a direct replacement for your OEM muffler for that Ram, the Fortune Ram.
Sweet.
Which, I don't know if you're aware, there is a lot of Fortune Rams out there. Oh my God. I wasn't tracking when they first came out, but dude, it put us on the map in a way that was like,
there's somewhere to go from
legit. Here. Yeah, this is
absolutely.
legit. This is not like some small time stuff anymore. I got companies hitting me up that don't speak English, trying to carry the product and whatnot. So it went from this to 2 different models of Fortune Ram direct fit mufflers, just the mufflers, that had 2 different options of the R series or the TR, which is now known as the competitor and the progressive series.
Perfect.
And that trend has stayed across all of our stuff for the most part. Now, it does just stand for aggressive and less aggressive now. It doesn't mean the muffler itself, which back in the day it more or less did. But following that, dude, the direct fit muffler thing took off so big that we were like, dude, what's another big truck? Chevy Silverado.
Oh darn. Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
No brainer there, right? So we started designing some stuff for that and came out with a complete catback and then a dump kit. And dude, it just domino. Like, it doesn't even feel like it was that long ago. It really doesn't. But yeah, it started from that and it just got into like, dude, our best sellers right now is everything Toyota, Lexus. Like it just, I think people are starting to catch up to the fact that it's like really a no BS product.
For sure.
Like it's got a 100-year warranty. It's handmade. It's made out of 100% stainless steel. And it's TIG welded.
That's sweet.
And it's made by hand.
Yeah.
You can call the dudes that make it down in the office.
You know
come
say hi.
Like,
for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, I think it just caught on like wildfire and just kind of went. I don't think we had like the expectation per se. Like we had the vision, but it just like, hey, let's try this. Boom. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the great things about the Toyota community too is they find a product they like and they tell everyone about it. And they're proud to tell everybody about it.
Yes.
So it's like, you found that cemented market, you made a great product, and they're like, yeah, we want this. That's ours.
And that's something. So like Jay on the other side here does all the socials and stuff. And Jay says the same stuff, right? And when you get someone like myself that is into sales and whatnot, you try to figure out like, well, how can we cater to both sides of this? Like to get sales, but this is like what, this community is asking for. And more or less, dude, it just came down to being there for them. Customer service. Dude, what you just talked about, like one person telling another person and then all of their friends, it really started just for the fact that like, hey, when we did the 4Runner kit, we brought in a 4Runner owner and said, hey, dude, you live this. Like, what do you want to see in an exhaust?
Yeah.
It was never something like, hey, we make this. How much is it going to cost us to put this on your vehicle? Right. And then that dude tells everyone like, hey, these guys are really cool. Like they're not like everyone. It's not like a pushy car salesman type of gig. Like
exactly.
It seems authentic. And dude, we just stay true to that. I mean, even as customer service, I'd rather take a hit and keep someone happy and like not talking bad about Carvin than anything else.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that don't do that, and they're like, "This is what we have. We're going to shove it down, and you're going to like it, or you're not."
And a lot of those companies' customers come directly our way most of the time. You know what I mean? The ones that respect their customers and clientele base. Or not that they don't respect them, but there's just like an old school and a new school way of doing things.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's. We laughed talking, and we had talked a little bit before we started filming this on like Amazon. So Amazon, that instant gratification thing. So I think a lot of new prospective buyers, well, actually start with the old prospective buyers. So you'll get some guys that'll call in and they'll chirp with you for a couple seconds. Why is your product better? Why is this? And you tell me it's better. Okay, well, you seem nice. I'm going to buy it. Mm-hmm. Then you have, the new age buyers where these guys have done all their, used to be forum research, but now it's all Facebook group research or their friends on Instagram or this. And then they're like, all right, well, I want to ask them questions. And then they'll ask you questions. They'll ask you another question. But if you take the time to do that, then they feel more comfortable as a prospective buyer to go for it. And they're like, you know what? This is rad. And they're also the ones where, you know, our first not old timer, but previous style buyer might tell one or two buddies that are into it. These guys, the new age buyers, are a way bigger group where they're coming in. It's like, these guys are rad. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it stokes the fire. And then here you are selling out of.
Yeah. And a lot of, I mean, dude, I think you can agree a lot of this industry period, whether it's exhaust or suspension or wheels or freaking brakes, dude, it's all about adapting. Like you, dude, in order to survive, you have to adapt. I feel like you can't stay like super duper strict in your like form or function, right?
Sure.
Like 2018 Carvin could not keep up or maintain or would have the same sales that 2023 Carvin does.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Like it just, and there's unfortunately other, you know, companies or whatever don't believe in that same, I guess, like mentality.
Yeah.
Thought
the
process.
mindset. Yeah. A little different. Yeah. No, but here we are.
I know.
And it's crazy to see how far. So let's take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to hear how Carvin started. Because everybody has their wild stories. And I know, like, so LSK, we just had our podcast talking about the history of LSK, which is going to be, that'll be dropping here soon. But it's always fun to hear how everybody kind of came to be. So let's talk about how you got into it. Because I hear it's a little fun.
Dude, a little bit of an interesting story there. I'd call it dumb luck. That's on my part.
It happens.
Right place, right time, dude. So let's take it back to 2015-16. I was a parts manager over at Malcolm Smith Motorsports in Riverside, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was going to school full time, and I just happened to be in between my nursing classes over at Cal Baptist. So just to give you backstory, dude, I was in the Army for 6 years. Nice. I have this cool thing called the GI Bill. Part of the reason why I enlisted was to go to school. So I was like, yeah, Cal Baptist, nursing, safe, right? Like this is
always
the mindset, right? Yeah. And this is where like Carvin comes into play. And you're like, whoa, how does that even happen, right?
The slippery slope.
Yeah, dude. So I'm in between classes, and I go over to a decal shop or like a wrap shop. I mean, we're in the industry, dude. They're wrap installers. They do full color change. It's a really cool company. I'm talking to the owner. I've done some cool stuff with the little WRX I had at the time, dude. So we're just chit-chatting, and he was, I don't know why he asked me. He was like, if you could do anything in the car industry or like auto industry, what would you want to do? And I told him, I was like, oh, man, I love to weld. Like, I want to be like
out of everything.
I know.
I want to weld.
I don't know. Like, dude, I like building things a lot. Like, so I built a couple race cars in my day, like, amateur drift cars, 98, 240.
We're coming back to this. We got to talk about
SR20 swap, the fun stuff. So I always wanted to be like some type of like, I don't know, fabricator, if you will, garage style, not anything like, I just need the basic skills, right? Mm-hmm. I said that, and dude, I saw the lights come on, and this dude sticks me in his freaking Nissan GTR. So I'm at this point, I'm 25 years old. Sticks me in a GTR. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going right now. And he's like, I have a buddy that just started a company, or that just like has an idea for this company, and they've been moving, like they're still in their beginning phase, right? So he drives me over to what is now my boss's office. It's the CEO of Carvin. 5-minute meeting, dude. On a lunch break in between classes, I meet the owner of Carvin, and we have a chit chat. He's like, hey, do you have time to come back for an interview, like a real one? I want to sit down and like talk to you, fill you out, whatever. Like, yeah, man, when? Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, you better
in my head, dude, I'm like, dude, I have class.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, your schedule is just all knocked up.
And I'm also like, fun fact, I was a single dad at the time with a 1-year-old dude.
Oh, your life was busy.
Packed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Packed.
More power to you.
Yeah,
okay. Proud of past Ryan. Yeah.
Dude, so I'm like, you know what? This seems like there might be something there. Like, everyone calls out of school sometime. Mind you, I'm fresh out of the military. So that's like a no, dude. You don't call in sick in the Army, dog. Like, it doesn't work like
There's
that.
There's no sickness. You're just happy to be here.
You grind it out. You fake it till you make it. That's literally what they tell you.
Yep.
So I'm like, cool. You know what? I have an opportunity. I'm civilian now. Like, I'll put science class in my back pocket for tomorrow morning and go fill this out. I have like a 45-minute interview. I get a phone call later that afternoon, like literally right after I got out of class, offering me a job. And I called my dad and he was just like, dude, are you happy going to school? And given the climate of 2016, being fresh out of the military, the school I was at, dude, I was just really uncomfortable. I mean, covered in tattoos in a Baptist university. Like,
yeah, you got a couple looks.
Yeah, to say the least. Like, not that anyone treated me bad or anything like that, but like I just wasn't comfortable. So I was like, you know what, maybe like the GI Bill's not going anywhere. Let's give this a shot. I go to work the next week, dude. I straight up dropped out of school. I dropped out of school to go work for some dude that I met in between classes. And here I am 6 years later, and Carvin is what it is now, right? Like, because of the fact that, you know, Jeff, the owner, and I kind of teamed up on all this. So when I first started, dude, I was doing mopping floors, cleaning product, packing orders, answering phones. Like, just, we didn't have a huge customer base. Our website at the time looked like it was from like Windows 95.
Oh, fantastic. With the super simple colors, blocky ass squares. Yeah. We all started. It was like the MySpace of websites.
Yes. Exactly. So it was like, it was small time, but man, I think the missing element was just having a person on the other side of the phone, because as soon as I started working, dude, it just like exploded. Yeah. That's the only way I can put it, is there was now someone like, oh, I spoke to Ryan at Carvin. It wasn't just an email in and an automatic
info at Carven Exhaust.
Yeah. There's a dude there now, and there's information being put out, and there's status updates on orders, which is huge for customers, right? Like, they want to know where their stuff's at.
Yeah.
So we kind of noticed the sales picking up, and like I had mentioned earlier, we talked about like what the long-term goal was, and mufflers are cool, but dude, like let's let this sucker eat.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do. So we pushed in on the catback thing, and then the missing link, dude, like I told you, he came on, like Jason.
Yeah.
Jason was supposed to be on the podcast,
Jason,
by the way,
we're getting you on camera today. It's happening. Yes.
Dude, it was like just the key element. So my man came in with a shattered iPhone 7, dude, or iPhone 5C or like something, dude.
Yes. We've all wiped out skating somewhere, and it's just like, oh no. Anyways.
So the owner and I, like, we're R&Ding all this stuff for Hellcats, and like we're just trying to find this when Hellcats first came out. Yep. So like that was a huge market, which we still make parts for to this day. Like we had huge success. Like inception thoughts are still paying out to this. It's wild.
The OG Carvin is still going.
So we pushed in on all this stuff, and I needed something to put on Instagram. And mind you, we had an Instagram, but there was like 3 pages. There was like Carvin Mopar. Hit the deck.
Yeah, it's the bomb shelter bell.
Ah! No, dude, in my world, that's what that means. Where I come from, dude, that's panic. Yeah.
Spotlight, LSK, we have lunch bells. It's okay. That's what's going off in the background if you can't hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had Instagrams, but it was messy, bro. It was messy. Okay. And like, even as someone like, I wouldn't consider myself like a social media mogul by any means. I was nobody, but like I knew we should probably just like consolidate all of that.
Let's congeal.
Why have 3,000 on one and 10,000 on another? And it just, so we took all that together, and then the next thing was like, well, dude, we need content. It's cool to repost stuff all the time, but like, there's a big difference from a marketing standpoint and branding standpoint as a company that's trying to make a statement between like a 4K quality photo and something shot with an iPhone. And that's no disrespect. We love both parts of it. We'll use both parts of it. But I was missing completely the part of like the magazine quality, the video quality, the X, Y, and Z. We had the cold starts on a cell phone in a garage and stuff like that. So I don't even remember how I got in contact with another, oddly enough, rap company.
Man, the vinyl does wonders for Ryan.
Vinyl companies are plugging me in, man. I really got to circle back on some of this stuff.
He's pulling out the notes. Let me just shout out to like the 4 vinyl companies.
I know, dude. So I don't remember how or why. It might have been a dude I was sponsoring at the time. That dude put me in contact with Jason, and I just text Jason to come in. Hey, dude, I need some media work. I seen your Instagram. You got some cool 15-second clips. I'm looking for 60 seconds. What are you going to charge me? Gives me the price. Cool. Set it up for this Friday. We have the car. Like, it's our car. It's not a problem. I got the area in Riverside. Like, I know exactly what we're doing. It hit, dude. Oh, man. That video hit. It took off. It just took off.
There it is, skinny pedal.
Yeah,
just freaking hammered.
All we did was a super cool video with some really cool background of some trees that were blossoming in Riverside over in the orange groves at the time. And like,
Sweet.
We did a little burnout and like
a couple rolling shots.
We just made a statement, I think, for the first time, like ever as a company. And I literally called Jeff that night after hours. Dude, it's like 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, Jeff, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, dude. We got to figure this out right now. We need to figure out how to get Jason on board. Just, that's the missing element from taking us to the next tier. And I know he doesn't like to take a lot of credit for it, but dude, the team that he and I are on the other side of the camera is what brought the information and showed the world what Carvin is and like what got us to where we're at. Dude, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
Right now, honestly. You know what I mean? So like, that's the long story of Carvin in the shortest way possible. Right? Like, that's the nitty gritty without the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Like, that's the steak with no potatoes, if you will.
Not a boring plate, just subtle.
Dude, there's a lot to dive into there that I could talk all day on it. But Carvin is a very unique company, man.
Well, you guys are crushing it. I mean, honestly, everything's crisp, clean. You hop on the website if you haven't already hopped on the website while you're either listening to this or watching it. Yeah, carvenexhaust.com. I'm not off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, you're good.
Shot from the hip.
Super simple.
Yeah, but awesome. Yeah, check it out. Footage is perfect. Pictures are awesome. Your install videos, I'm not going to lie, totally watched one earlier because I'm like, sweet, let's check out and see what they got.
Yeah.
Dude, awesome.
Thank you. Again, Jason.
Yep. Nice job, Jason. Are you sure you don't want to come in and be camera too? Like, you're just shaking his head so hard right now.
Jason with the camera.
Yeah. That's a cop out.
Jason with the camera, and then, dude, I have to chalk it up or however you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got to give it up to the Army for I don't care about a camera. I don't care about talking. I used to teach and say the dumbest things in front of hundreds of people about I was a master resiliency instructor for a while. Right. So like a little bit about the accident I was in.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So like I adapted in the Army, and there's a whole like before you deploy, before you do X, Y, and Z, you have to take, like a 40-hour course on how to be resilient in like really bad situations. So I think all of that training and like, just get it done mentality coupled with his eye for the shot, dude. Yep. Jason makes, can I cuss?
Look at Doug.
Is it cool? Like,
Doug's. Yeah, I know. Here it comes. It's going to be super heavy.
No, I won't bleep it out. But Jason, I don't even have to cuss. I just was curious. Jason makes stuff look so cool, man. Jason makes the most boring stuff that we're doing, dude. He makes it look so cool. And a lot of the stuff we do is one shot. But you have no idea how much nonsense I spoke in between those shots, in between the cuts, or how many times I racked my head on the rear diff during the install video that he completely you just see the black mark on my head or something.
So all of a sudden it's just like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. No. So, I mean, there's, like I said, tribe mentality. Carvin's very unique, dude. We all wear a ton of different hats. We're super small, tight-knit group of dudes that just
stoked to make good products.
Yeah. That's the other big thing. Like, we make good products because we're car enthusiasts. You know what I mean? Like, every single one of us at the shop is
yeah, and you'll find, especially I would say our industry as a collective are filled with people that are passionate about most aspects of it. Like, let's put it this way. I like pretty much everything with a motor. I mean, just to start. It's like
Yeah.
I started, working on dirt bikes right in high school. I got picked up by somebody and I did pre-delivery inspection at a dealership.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's like,
I lived that world for a little while. Yeah.
And it was, wrenching, and that's how you learn. Then you see, some comes in, and then all of a sudden somebody rolls in with like a fully built freaking buggy going to Glamis, and you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
World? And it expands it, and the appreciation builds, and I think that's one thing that makes our industry rad is that we're basically all enthusiasts. There might be a few of us in here that are just kind of like, I like road cars, right? I like some
purists.
Pinky.
Yeah.
Pinky.
Yeah. That's what I refer to them as.
Hey,
purists.
we like F1. Does that make us purist? Go Team Haas.
I respect that. I don't know. I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very much like a purist thing, and it is very like a very formal sport.
I know.
But I wouldn't call myself.
But at the same time, I will go roll in the dirt at KOH and have the time of my life.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
So we're different.
Yeah. It's an appreciation. Like F1 is like poetry in motion, dude.
Yes.
Dude, you want to talk about pressure? They're literally like hundredths of an inch away from turns or like from complete and utter like failure. That's what I appreciate, dude, because I feel like a lot of my life I have to operate under different aspects, but it's high intensity stuff sometimes in our industry,
just a tad bit.
Oh man, people don't understand. Because I mean, dude, I don't know about you, but like as the sales guy or the guy that's in charge of it all, like I never want to let a customer down.
For sure. Well, it guts you, especially when somebody's like, the worst that I'll get is we'll get people that'll reach out, and they'll send an email or something. Hey, I was in here. For some reason, at times we don't get them. It just, whether the system kicks it or just the email never comes. And somebody's like, well, I tried contacting you, and it's just like, oh, no, we're always happy to talk. Did you call?
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's like,
yeah. And then you just feel like you already kicked them while they were down. They were looking for help.
You're
I know, and I think that's
what's just going to slinky on down here.
I know, I think that's what people miss, dude, is like, man, we really do care. There's a lot of care in it. I think that's where, like, you can tell the companies that, like, take pride in themselves and what they do and stuff like that. And a lot of the dudes up there, they operate under a very stressful and tight-knit, everything from schedule to just their, like, everyday operation at work. Like if I'm off a step, dude, not to like, God, this sounds bad, but like,
lay it out. Nobody's,
dude, Juan, our production manager on that side, my like right hand guy at work, dude, like he's my boy, right? He has very much the same type of weight. Like if he misses a step, if I miss a step, the ripple effect across the company is pretty massive, dude. And it took a while to understand that.
Yeah. Well,
the weight of that.
A ton of the companies in our industry are super small. I mean, it's wild that the amount of people that come in, they're like this mega conglomerate. There are mega conglomerates. Yeah. I mean, there's huge
that have been around for a long time.
For sure. Yeah. And they started and they had a ton of capital and they made it, just good for them. And then there's a lot of us that are, sub 20, 30 people. And then people, expect the Amazon deliverance, which we might have to take a little segue.
It's a love-hate relationship with that.
Amazon's fantastic. Yes. Are you going to get your exhaust by 7 to 11 a.m. tomorrow?
The next day, no.
Yes. Oh, everybody just, don't worry. We have tens of thousands of them on the shelf ready to ship.
Yeah, dude. That's a rough one.
But at the same time, it does expose more products to people, so it's something that we do have to deal with.
Yeah, you just don't want to be a letdown.
Yeah.
And I don't want Amazon to tell someone, hey, you're going to get this tip tomorrow, but hey, the one guy that we have that lasers all the tips in the shop called off sick on Friday, so we're a day behind.
Yes.
Oh, well, now I have 100 upset customers and review, and it's scary, dude. It's scary. It's scary.
Yes. The instant gratification.
I definitely like the products they speak for themselves, right? As far as like Amazon goes. People can buy the product from anywhere. It's like the window of Amazon, or like it's like having a commercial on at Super Bowl, right? Like, it's just intimidating. The intimidation factor of like how crazy it could get. And when you make a good product like we do in our industry, dude, it's not if it's gonna take off on Amazon. Like, how do we prepare for it ahead of time for when
sure.
it does?
Yes, because there's so many. It's interesting. I think as this kind of progresses, we'll probably do some more behind the scenes and show people exactly what's into it. Because a lot of people, they look at a finished product, that box, that wrapping, all that stuff, and like, man, that's cool. That could have only taken a couple seconds, and it's like, the amount of work that went in to get that even halfway to that point is unfreaking real. Because
hit the nail on the head on that one.
Take these things. You have just the step in building it. Mm-hmm. Then you got coding. Mm-hmm. Then you have the third process of laser etching the logo. Mm-hmm. Then you got QC. Then it goes in the box. Then it gets shipped out, and everybody sits there and, well, why didn't it happen yesterday?
And that's just a tip.
Yeah,
that's just one tip.
You could literally take the tip of the spear.
Oh.
Some dads in the back just no.
I know. I totally just set myself up for that one.
You walked into it.
Anyway, yeah, dude, it is like it. People, they just they look at stuff and they miss that sometimes.
Yes,
and I think that's where Doug, Jason,
help out because it's
worth their weight in gold.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's like, just there's so many steps to this stuff, and it's amazing what people forget. But it's cool. And that's where it's like, again, thank you. Well, eventually we get to the end. I'll thank you again for coming. But thank you for coming in and explaining too other processes from other companies. Because again, a lot of people just don't know, or they come in and they expect certain things.
Yeah. No, I completely. That's been kind of the whole thing is like just being transparent, being open.
For sure.
Being really like, clear and
this
open
is
about
what we
it,
do,
dude.
And what you want to take with that information, take it.
Dude, let the product speak for itself. Let it basically show you why you would want to buy that instead of someone else's, stamped whatever in who knows where country. I'm not trying to like dig myself into a hole right now. But.
Hey, you guys move stuff all over the place though.
Yeah, dude. We more or less recently, we've always been kind of like worldwide, but dude, we're moving to other parts of the world right now that you would not expect. But man, U.S. import of, American domestic trucks is pretty popular.
Which, and you were explaining Sweden,
dude,
for Dodge trucks. Like, hang on a second.
Sweden. Yeah. It's just one of those things like, I think in our industry, you just can never expect. I guess you just always have to expect to be surprised.
Yeah, that's true. And expect to
plan
adapt.
to be surprised. I try not to just ever expect something to be one way or another. I just always am caught off guard. And that for sure is like one of those. Yeah, Sweden. Dubai and as another one, the UAE.
Yep.
Those dudes over there in the dunes get down. I don't know.
Oh, they party. Oh, for sure.
Those dudes are rowdy,
yeah, they
man.
have a blast.
They are rowdy, but real popular charger products like the tips and the Toyota products over there in like the UAE, stuff like that. And believe it or not, Russia as well for like charger components. Dude, I've been hit up more times in the last...
The Mopar life in Russia.
I know.
Okay.
Wild, dude. Nothing ever really like came to be of that. Like, I don't think that there's anything in place. Not... Everything aside, dude, like it just never worked out that way.
Yeah.
My point being is that there is like countries coming out of the woodwork that's like, hey, we're really familiar with your product. We want to stock it. And it just is like, always expect to be surprised, man. Hey, I didn't expect to get an email from you this morning on the other side of the world. What time is it?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know. Let me look this up.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know what I mean?
Oh, I know. I live the WhatsApp life with the distributors overseas, and it's, they're like, oh, I'm waking up for my coffee. I'm like, oh, I needed to go to bed 2 hours ago, but here we are talking. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's, again, part of that sales struggle that I think people just don't understand.
Yeah.
It goes, same with media. Media is not done overnight. Media is not done with a picture and like, oh, here's your final product. Dude, that is like, I watch Jason's eyes bleed sometimes. And then sometimes I have to hurt his feelings and tell him to start over or like do something a little bit different.
The death stare. No, Jason's in here just like, don't talk about it.
No, it's not that like anything was done bad. It just needed to be worded differently or like, you know what I mean? But it's just from sales to, dude, I don't know about what type of hours you guys are trying to work to keep up with sales demand, but like, dude, our production squad works 6 10s, I think, or
oh my gosh, yeah.
No, 5 10s, and then occasionally the overtime weekend. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're overtime every day for sure. But
Yeah.
it's just, again, we're full throttle. We're doing everything we can to make it happen. That's what we have to do.
Customers down.
Yeah. Basically. And then, man, media too. Like, Doug, you crush it. Absolutely crushing it for us.
Dude,
stoked.
I have to give props for the LSK. Like I would call it. Would you call it rebrand, Doug, or when you came out with the new logo and the
media birth?
Dude, the second you started coming out with it, it was all over my feed, man. And I mean, I know we're into the same stuff as far as like supercross, motocross, F1, whatnot, but killed it. Great. I mean, absolutely.
Doug's, yep. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not real stoked on
No, he totally is. Yeah.
No, dude, it's
a
everywhere.
Big old cheese and smile. Yeah.
It's everywhere now, dude. It's
It has been an amazing few months. It's been awesome to see. It's been awesome to be a part of.
I mean, look where we're at right now.
Hey, take me 6 months. 6 months back. Ryan, would you ever be on a podcast? Probably not.
A podcast for the auto industry? I would have been like, what an interesting idea.
Yeah. Yo, that sounds fun. Yeah, somebody big will do that.
Yeah. Here we are, dude. No, freaking right on. Rad. It's just what we were missing.
I know. No, it's sweet. It's nice for people to get a little behind the scenes. Is I think huge, just even chirping about it. Because, but we've all hung out around a campfire at KOH talking, all the fun stuff. What's this? The good, the bad, the ugly with everybody. And then you hear other stories and you're like, wow, my life is great.
Yeah.
Like, it could be totally different.
That bad. Yeah.
Yes.
Nah, dude, that's actually, we kind of just got to that point, dude. So KOH, should I say this to LS?
There's nothing.
Our first year. This was Carvin's first year at KOH.
Oh, and how did it go?
Interesting. Some deadlines didn't get hit for some stuff that we needed.
That's reality. This happens to all of us.
Of the spectrum. Like we're trying to put together a Ford Bronco and get the Bronco kit dialed for all that. And, dude, just keeping up with the times and, not everything goes according to plan all the time. But, man, King of Hammers is... I'm excited to go next.
Oh man,
I have a different approach and a new appreciation for exactly what it is, a new understanding for company overhead to cover events.
Yes, and it is a beast of an event to partake in, survive. Like we laugh because I remember going probably 12 years ago, like when I'd say early days. I forgot when they first started it, but it was a lot smaller, a lot less dusty, and a little more intimate. Now you go and it is a freaking city in a day.
So it started, correct me if I'm wrong, it started as just a group of guys with a bunch of side bets, right?
With cool rigs hanging out.
Cool, man.
And then you build it up to literally the gnarliest, I want to say it's the gnarliest race out. I mean, the Baja 1000
I was going to say Baja. Yeah.
It's still crazy. And then the car is nuts too. But I mean,
the fans make that one wild.
Oh,
though.
Yeah. That and they have those freaking trucks.
Yeah.
Like, sign me up. Yeah. I want to, come on. I want a man truck with just, like all the nonsense behind it and everything. But, no, but KOH, still crazy.
Yeah.
And then definitely something if you have even thought about going, go to KOH.
Yeah.
That's one just to partake in, even go for the day.
Well, that's what I had done in the past, just as like a spectator in the dude. I always grew up riding dirt bikes and, stuff
going to
like
Backdoor
that.
And Chocolate Thunder, which if you don't realize those are 2 runs, this is a weird conversation to jump into.
Hammers or what is that technically Johnson Valley right there or Lucerne?
So
Johnson,
Doug
right?
would know. Yeah, technically. Johnson Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, and technically it's the Means Dry Lake Bed is where you're posted up.
Correct. Yeah. But those are 2 super gnarly. I mean, dude, just standing at the bottom of them, you're looking at it like, what?
Yeah. That's an 8-foot wall, and that's coming out. Oh, yeah. Then the rigs themselves. You got a little bit of everything. Every man challenge is still the best because you sit there and you're like, you're gonna race and. Yeah, you are. You're going to race in that thing for sure. You got it, buddy. And then they always charge it. It's always some XJ that's like just hammered, but just built so well that it's just like the workhorse.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's just cool to be at this point, dude, to be like, Jordan Pellegrino's out there running Carven Exhaust on his rig. Yeah, dude.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah. So like
and that thing's awesome.
Oh, yeah. That rig's unreal.
Yeah.
Like that is Unique isn't even like the right word for that build.
4-wheel drive,
what it's capable of.
Portals. You know, what are they running? 40s on that thing? Which I mean, don't even know. It's
dude,
40s
they
are small.
spit so much information, and there's so much out of the box stuff on that thing. It's hard to even like. You got to just talk to Jordan. Which, dude, if there, it's wild. This whole. Where Carvin has gotten into and seeing like the different level of the industry, dude, is bananas. Yeah. Bananas. So like, I'm sure you guys classify the same way, like street auto sales and off-road auto sales is two different animals. It's all automotive parts, right? But like a dump kit is way more off-road than your full catback bolt-on Silverado kit. Yes. It is so cool that Carvin got to the point that we are doing the off-road stuff.
It's sweet.
That we are getting to like experience and be a part of in like some of the builds that we're with. I'm sure we're going to team up on builds now that we've got all this stuff going, dude. Our place is so much the same way like yours, dude. Open door, come check us out. Like, if we can do something, dude, we're gonna be down to do it. It's just it's one of those lucky things.
For sure. Unique, we're all in the same boat. Yeah. We're all having fun selling parts for people and we're doing our best to enjoy it the whole time.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the COVID 2 years though?
That was chaos. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, it was a wild time. So
technical malfunction.
It happens to the best of us. That's okay.
This is a typical Ryan shoot right here. This is the type of stuff that goes wrong for me. I'm so sorry, Doug.
Yeah. Doug's like, it's broken. My back, it's broken. No. Gosh. So, speaking of Carvin coming up, what do you guys have coming out that you're allowed to talk about? I don't want to get anybody in trouble here.
I mean, dude, I think we should just talk about it all, huh, Jay? Why hold back? We do everything ourselves. Yeah. So automotive side of things, I mean, kind of blending off-road. We got the Ford Bronco coming out next. We are definitely changing up the industry a little bit, just like Carvin does in our normal operating fashion. Yep. We are not here to blend in. We are here to stand out. We're coming out with a before the axle dump that's a little bit more aggressive than anything else on the market.
Sweet.
So like all the other competitors in our market space specifically make one style of exhaust kit. And if you talk to any of the Bronco owners, man, they'll tell you what they want. So we kind of just hit the nail on the head with that one. So we're going to be coming out with that.
Sweet.
We got the Ford Ranger kit coming. That's an exciting one because dude, the sound that we produce with that one is pretty rad.
That's
for
sweet.
A little 4-cylinder.
And what's in
Ranger.
Those things?
A 2.7 non-turbo or 2.5, I think. Are they turbo?
Happy turbos.
I'm not a big Ford guy. I know I drive a Ford F-150. I was going to
wait a minute. You rolled in a blue oval.
I know. We're that's marketing rig.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. I'd say I'm a Mopar guy now. If anything, I'd say we had a 5th gen Ram. I drove one of those for a while, dude. I had a Ram Rebel. I don't know if you've been in one of those. It's hard to find a truck in that price range that
it's fun to play
fits the bill like that. Yeah. And sounds that good.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. A 2.7 EcoBoost is cool, but I would much rather have a 5.7 Hemi.
That's fair.
You know, like it's
we're partial.
Give and take.
I know the new kids are growing up with V6 twin turbos or whatever turbo they got on these things.
Loading up the bike in the back of the Ford isn't bad though. I mean, I'm driving out to Barstow this weekend and the gas is not like, dude.
Oh,
that's like driving a Prius truck.
I drive a Titan that is happy when it's getting 9 miles per gallon cruising at 70.
The fuel by the cup, dude.
You're like, we're gonna stop at the next gas station here in a half mile.
Yeah. So we got the Bronco, we got the Ranger, and we got the FJ kit. So the FJ Cruiser just to add to the Toyota lineup.
Nice.
Like you said, that's been like
our biggest. Wanted it. You guys made it happen.
Ask and we'll deliver, dude. That's the beauty of manufacturing in-house.
Yes.
Keep it simple, man. You know, like
sweet.
A lot of companies don't have that capability. So if I can use that to my advantage.
About it.
Yeah. I'm about it. Yeah, I'll definitely use it. But that's really it. And then, I guess like, breaking news. The UTV side-by-side market. Dude, we're coming out swinging.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah, we're going to try
just a handful.
We're going to try to cater it differently. And I know that sounds just like everybody else, but we built an entire company off of being different. Mm-hmm. We're not going to change that now. Whatever we end up making, which we have some thoughts and theories and designs, but we are so backed up on R&D for the current automotive side that we just haven't been able to like fully delve into the side-by-side stuff. But I'm pretty excited. Like I said, my background is from the off-road industry. I was a, service tech out in Texas for a little while. I was a service tech out in Arizona, riding out power sports for a while. And then, like I said, I worked at Malcolm. This keeps getting stuck on something down here. I worked at Malcolm Smith Motorsports as a parts guy for a while. So I'm familiar with the off-road industry and I understand. I think the proof's going to be in the performance, the numbers. Yep. The numbers. And that's where dude, you can't beat us. You're not going to beat us.
Sweet.
I'm sorry. The lead time, the time it's going to take you to redesign stuff or whatever, the person that we have that designs our stuff and the capabilities and talent that he has.
Sweet.
Whatever we come up with, I will be able to scientifically or factually break down why it operates that way and give you the dyno with the numbers as to why and what it's increased. That is the way, that's what we're shooting for.
That's the no BS approach.
Yeah.
That's
and
perfect.
Then if it takes off, cool. If it doesn't, hey.
We did our best in this.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it is difficult, I'm sure, as you know, to come into a new market and try to make a name for yourself. It is. That's not standard data.
Statistically, how many businesses start that don't make it? And then here we are in an industry that is, thankfully, we found very friendly people in this industry, but there are some that are
not.
We're taking it all, and good luck. Yeah, and it's there's a ton of us that are out there that are stoked to make cool products, and it's just we're coming out with it. We're doing our best. We're making the best for you, and we hope you like it.
Yeah,
and that's just the better way to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that's as far ahead as I would be comfortable talking about.
Yeah.
And just to be honest, it's sometimes we talk about things at the shop that don't come to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't
try it out. Yeah. It's just
I don't want to say something because I've learned from my mistakes in the past because people will hold my feet to the fire.
Oh yeah.
But there's other experiments going on out there on many different platforms on 4 and 2 wheels that we are looking into.
Sweet. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, ideas, thoughts, testing. Not everything's going to be a gold mine, but
it's the only thing you can do is do. And,
and it's just about having fun, man. There was a while there, so I kind of brought up COVID times, and not as a bad thing, but it got so heavily focused on production and keeping up with numbers and everything. We lost the fun. We lost the fun, the testing, the experimenting, the not expecting to be successful in markets. Yep. The Lexus GX market, man, right? You don't expect it, and it just hits tenfold. So I think that we're trying to get back to that, or we are back to that, but just getting to the fun part, right? That's what put us here, and I think that's what people need to know. It's hey, we're still here, we're still having fun.
Heck yeah. Yeah. We survived it and we're moving forward.
Yeah. It's, dude, just getting out of the office and doing this stuff, right? This makes me, I was pumped to get out of, to go to work today,
Sweet. You're we're going to go do something different today.
It's out of the daily grind. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do. So whether it's 2 wheels, 4 wheels, if it's something that we can do and do right and put the right science and time and get the right results as far as sound and performance, dude, we're gonna delve into it.
Heck yeah, man.
I don't like limits. I don't like boxes, man. I don't like living in a box. It's too
the
hard.
Inspiration manual of thinking outside the box. Well, here we are.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, this definitely is a much needed platform in our market space. Just speaking from the outside coming in, dude, this little operation you guys have here is definitely beneficial, man. I'm interested to go watch. I watched, like I said, I know Justin. I watched the PRP one a little bit, and dude, it got me jazzed. Like, it got me, like, understanding a little bit more about, like, what other people are going through and stuff like that. So, I mean, good on you guys for getting this going, dude. And thanks for having us on, dude. And making this happen.
You guys can come down and come sit here.
Yeah. Like, just no more of the standard, like...
Every drive-by video ever of every...
Yeah, dude. Just trying to be really... Like, I think the word we used is immersive.
Oh.
We're trying to be more immersive for the customer and, like, you know, show them we had a good time making these parts, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird thing to say, dude, but... Man, if we could show, dude, just like you guys should show some of the characters, like the welders and stuff you guys got back here. They're, dude, just listening to them talk about their builds and stuff is like, it gets me jazzed sometimes.
Oh yeah.
The dude that welds and makes these mufflers, Brian. I almost want to bring him in, dude, and let you talk to him.
We're gonna do another one of these, and we'll bring Brian.
Like, hey, what's it like to be a weld?
Yeah, give me your Carvin story.
If people understood, you know, just the what goes into it, you know what I mean, and like who made it and stuff like that, it's gonna change a lot. It's gonna change a lot, man. But yeah, man, this was a good time. I mean, Jason's not gonna come on here.
Oh, all right.
I feel like I've covered everything. I don't know what we're at, but I know if in my head we're at 30 minutes, we're probably at like an hour. What are we at, Doug?
You're like at 40-ish.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, we did good. Okay.
All right, my goal was 45, right? But you got to edit this down. So, I mean, is there anything like, dude?
Okay, I have something to bring up.
Dude, hit me.
Speaking of exhaust.
Yes.
I want to look at the camera, and I really hope Doug can zoom in on my face when I say this. You children need to stop putting Burple tunes on your car. Please, for the love of God, I just want to enjoy my El Polo Loco and not listen to pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. This is like one of those... a rant. This is like a perfect little rant, dude.
We'll stoke this fire gently.
Yeah, no, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, and there's natural backfire and there's not natural backfire, right? There is a large difference, and we can go both ends of the spectrum here. We can go huge difference between a twin turbo V8 long tubes, 8-to-1 exhaust that's backfiring, and your I'm gonna hurt some feelings here.
Oh man, just
like 2014 GTI under the 91 freeway. Yeah, with a stock 2.5-inch exhaust. You know what I mean? Like,
it kills me. I mean, I was an idiot in high school. I had my, Titan was done up, and I had the small little bullet style muffler that dumped before the exhaust, and it droned like nobody's. Burble.
I thought it's burble.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know what it is, Doug?
We just hold cameras. Don't look it up.
I mean,
see, that's an out.
They just copped out. Oh,
yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's a burble tune.
Okay, but anyways, flames shooting out of cars where they shouldn't be shooting out of.
See, but I use that as a marketing tool.
That's fair.
I do. We do. We sponsor a guy that literally has spark plugs.
Okay, but what? All right. Let's collect it. Let's bring this together.
For demo purposes only.
What car is it?
It's a Ford Mustang.
Okay.
GT. Huh?
It's a blown Ford Mustang.
Okay,
he blown up?
No, blown, like it's supercharged.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, we're getting somewhere.
Sorry.
Okay, that's fun. Okay, but again, purpose built. If you got a spark plug welded into your freaking exhaust, you're doing work. Like,
he set out with the intention of that, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, that was something that he...
I can't make fun of that. That's yes.
Would I do it? No.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, there's an ass for every saddle.
This is true.
There you go.
I am taking that one to the grave. That's fantastic. That's so much better. Thank you.
Yeah, but the burble tune, I mean, we've never, like I said, we do use like burnout clips, and we use like, the V8s.
They're all fun. Yeah.
It's just a large difference. It's execution. It comes down to execution, I feel like. And which is the same thing anything's measured, right? Like, if suspension, like if you compared suspension components and you put LSKs up to, someone else's, and I saw the execution was done way better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
you're sitting here like, I get it.
Yeah. I'm going to go one way or another, but yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a touchy one
Hot
for me.
take.
And
Fair
only
enough.
because we have a sponsored, shout out Emod. We have a sponsored dude that's what he does for us. But yeah, he wins us gold medals and stuff though. So
Okay.
it's a different animal. It's a different
You're like up here on where I thought this was gonna go. I thought
yeah,
we were gonna...
it's like purpose built, I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, then the burb will choose fine if it's purpose built.
You shouldn't be driving on the roads with a burble tune. If it's something where you're trying to win an exhaust contest or something like, dude, we've hosted exhaust contests with Justin from PRP actually.
Oh, fantastic.
So Justin does this whole local car fest thing
Okay.
that does a show at IBOC every year, and Carvin is the
Nice.
exhaust sponsor, and we come in and. Long story short, dude, like, yeah, there are times where, a little switch on the dash that makes it do that comes into play. But like I said, purpose built. Should you be driving under the freeway underpasses trying to wake up, the neighborhood or, the
That's what I'm
sleeping
thinking.
child in the car
Yes.
seat that just went to bed, like, come on, dude, give us a break.
Yeah, the shameless dad
Yeah.
plug. It's like, don't mind me, except that this really bothers. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, what else? Hit me.
Okay.
Hit me. And I got one I want to cover
Okay,
as far
all
as
right.
like exhaust stuff.
Best 2 sounding exhausts. Go. And let me preface this a little bit more. Of everything motorsports, pick 2 of your favorite sounding exhausts. Yeah, you got to narrow it down.
I mean, I'm pretty old school, so like,
Oh, here we go.
the old, what was it, 3-cylinder Banshees? Weren't they like the 2-pipe 2-strokes, dual pipe 2-strokes? Those things sound fucking wicked.
Yes, they do.
Right? So like,
Okay.
if we're talking just automotive,
Yep.
motors and exhaust, dude, like I have a pretty wide ear,
Yeah,
if you will.
that's fair.
Gosh, but there's nothing like a V8 with an 8-to-1 merge collector. Like, right? Any V8,
Yes.
I take that back.
Oh,
I take that back completely. Fords do not sound good like that. And I'll just straight up throw that one out there.
So you're
in my opinion, my personal opinion, and I'm entitled to that.
that is fair.
Fords 8-to-1, a Chevy 8-to-1 specifically,
Yep.
and then oddly enough, dude, the inline 5 Audis with an exhaust.
Okay.
Sick.
Oh, wow. All right.
Sick. I know I'm all over the
you
place.
are all over the place.
I'm all
okay,
over the
I'm
place.
sitting here. I'm like 2002 F1 V10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
screaming high revs always.
Yeah.
To date, but
Yeah.
then we'll take the complete opposite approach to that, and I'll say like a cammed LS with just headers. Like
that is your quintessential, like, I bought a
Happy place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bop, bop,
Yep,
bop,
yep.
bop, 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 bop. Dude,
yeah, and
I
that's
want to be an
yeah.
old man at a stoplight with that one day. I do.
Yep.
Not right now, right? I got an 8-year-old. I'm trying to go to baseball
That's fair.
practice
That's
after
fair.
work.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, but do I envy the El Camino that just pulled up to me yesterday morning that was cammed out of its mind, just blowing
barely
dust?
idling.
Yeah, blowing dust everywhere underneath the car because it's dumped out right behind the front axle. Yeah. Yep. I definitely I love me a good V8 with a cam. It especially the old ones. Now I'll take it a step further.
Okay.
You throw any classic muscle car, put a true functioning X pipe with a solid merge collector on it. Sounds beautiful.
Really?
I don't care what motor it is. I've heard
Okay,
a lot of them over the
okay.
years, dude. So Carvin makes, and this is shameless plug, right?
Oh.
I'm Carvin, so I'm allowed to do this, but we make a very, very unique X pipe, which I didn't even have one to bring, not even to display, because they're that
just
sold
that-
out.
yeah, that's
so
fair. They can check it out on the website.
that X pipe with the style merge collector and how it works. So there's a whole science behind X pipes called scavenging.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
I know little tiny.
Okay,
on
the
it, but
fact
expand.
the fact that you
Yeah.
even do is massive, right? You can ask 9 out of 10 people that not work on cars. Let's say they are buying exhaust. They'd have no idea what scavenging or a scavenging effect is, right? And this goes back into the proof in the pudding of Carven Exhaust.
Yep.
you can like measure the scavenging effect of the X pipe with an air compressor in a rag, and I've done it on videos and like the performance of that. So what you're getting is you're getting the exhaust notes from each header bank to collide, but you need to make sure there's enough room for that collision not to create drag or resonance, or essentially like a whirlpool inside your tubing around any like rough corners and stuff like that. So dude, any like small or big block Chevy with an X pipe, straight piped, amazing.
Oh,
amazing.
Okay, now
I want to even say I've heard like a Riviera, I think, with an X pipe and just straight pipe that sound like sick, dude. Just cruising down the road. Yeah.
I want to see the internals of one of these X pipes because I'm just.
Dude, I'll send you one over as soon as I have one.
I can't wait. Yeah, because I was sitting there and
you guys will use it for something.
Oh, absolutely.
One of these, I mean,
maybe the Silverado.
I see you're building that. Yeah, I was gonna say you're building a couple things.
Yeah. How long is it?
It's, I believe,
end cap to end cap, like 18 inches, but we make it that way so you can cut it.
you can cut it.
Sweet.
The merge, the most important part is 8.5, almost 9 inches. Well, it's like 8 3/4. The merge collector in the middle. The tubes just run off. So you could have, 8 inches of tube on each side, or you can just cut it off if you're trying to break off into straight.
How nice is that, though, to put it? You can put that on just about damn near
anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to bring one of those. I specifically asked him, I was like, dude, find us. We were up in the attic looking through our display booth stuff, looking for any X pipes. Like,
yeah. You're like, oh, it's gone. But what a good problem to have, though.
I know.
I mean, people are stoked. And
no complaints. I'm sorry to everyone out there. They're coming.
Yeah, they're coming.
We're making stuff as fast as we can. Hey, if you're a welder and you like to apply for a job at Carven Exhaust, please contact us.
There it is.
Please hit me up. We're definitely always entertaining the idea. We have high standards, though.
That's fair.
I'm sure you guys do too, dude. I saw your operation.
Yep.
Holy smokes. The operation here is...
We do a lot. Yeah.
So you made a comment earlier, like where we hang out with other people in the industry, and you're like, "Oh, my job's not that bad." My job's not that
thanks,
bad.
Ryan. Yeah,
dude, the amount of stuff you got to deal with, parts, SKUs, different companies, just respect.
Hey, no, we have a great team that does a great job on it. Yeah,
Dude.
There's no solo standouts here. Everybody does everything, and again, we are so. Lamer Street Creations is LSK Suspension, Cal West Manufacturing.
Yeah.
So we do try to separate as much as possible, but obviously they are both born into one. So
I mean, dude,
we take pride in everything. It's there's no bad, boring days here. I'll say that.
That's what I do. As soon as I got back here, dude, I just caught the vibe. You guys are we're so much like. Our companies are so similar, I feel like.
We're doing a hangout. Yeah. It's happening.
Yeah. Dude, this was, it's just cool to get out and see like someone else in the same market space, but same industry, different market space.
Of course.
Yeah. But man, it makes me excited too.
Yeah. Well, it's sweet to see.
Like what could we cook up with the combined capabilities?
The wheels are turning. It's happening. It's already happening. It's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
The snowball has started its descent.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's going to be sweet. No, but man, again, Ryan, thank you so much for cruising out here. Dude, this was awesome.
Thanks for having us.
For sure.
We can't make this a solo op. I mean, this is, there's so much to delve into on both sides of this. And I honestly want to just come have another good day at work.
It's going to happen.
Come have another good time, dude. This was a good time. I really appreciate it. And I think that you guys are doing the industry a big service and a lot of justice by stepping up and taking a responsibility for something like this, dude. This is rad. As someone that's lived it, eat it, sleep it, dude. Like, this is my life. This is cool. This is really cool.
Forget it. And even better when you got fun people to hang out with.
Yeah,
dude.
You
guys are awesome. Jason, you're awesome. Jay. Sure, you don't want to be on camera.
Dude,
last chance.
Come on, Jay.
It's so close. All right. Well, with that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, this was the Industry Podcast, hanging out with Ryan at Carven Exhaust.
Yes, sir.
Check them out on their website. If you don't already follow them, follow us, LSK Suspension, and follow us and subscribe on our YouTube. See you guys later.